Right, well, Tricky is fed up to say the least. It seriously looks like everybody on the internet are 100% slaves. Do none of you know anything about money? Or where it comes from, or how you are enslaved by the worthless shite? Do you even know anything about law for that matter? I don't think you do, as if you did the Church of Guberment would have already been violently murdered. They say should the majority learn the truth of money and all law, there would be revolution overnight. The fact you silly slaves are still playing the retarded games of the elite screams volumes, tells me you are happy faithful slaves. You are all suffering with Stockholm syndrome. You're even defending the terrorists in guberment, and you're only doing that as they give you regular installments of worthless currency, a mere representation of money, but not actual money. It's something you can use as money, just like the numbers on your bank account screen. That is not money, it is just numbers, and numbers never end. If it takes money to make you happy, your search for happiness will never end, just like with numbers. There is an age-old saying, well, there are actually many, but I only have a couple in mind. You cannot take it with you and you might not wake up in the morning. So knowing that when you die, anything you may have here, stays here, why do you still play the retarded slaves? Why? Help me make sense of this for fuck's sake, please. We could all be free to do what we wanna do by now. We have had well over 30 years to build automated environments, but you're too distracted by this worthless tool known as money, to be bothered to help humanity progress. I suppose it could be considered as, you're all good and fuck anybody else. What is it about the class system that makes you live by it? None of you are upper class, not a single one of you. Those upper class types have all the money in the world and do not need to work. They only amuse themselves at the expense of the middle and lower classes, and you're okay with this stupidity. You're happy to be the peasants you are? Why? Why do you insist upon adhering to somebody else's rules? Do you not know that you are a god? Well, you do now. Believe it, don't believe it, that's up to you. But if you choose not to believe, do not be surprised that you are a slave to somebody else. I will not live by somebody else's rules. I have my own, and mine are morally acceptable, unlike most of yours. Telling people not to use profanity is you demonstrating that you are a child, nothing more, nothing less. Words are simply language, and if you do not appreciate the language I use, you can choose to talk to somebody else. But the second you attempt to dictate my behavior, we have a problem, a fucking big one. You do not own me, so you do not have the authority to order me around. Now the same goes for you lot. You are not owned, you are not somebody's property, so why do you act like it? Why do you bow to other people's whims? We are all equal before the law, therefore we are all equal. It's just some of us are well versed in witchcraft, aka spell casting. You know, putting language together in such a way it garners people's reactions. Stop reacting, for fuck's sake. Grow brains, close down your guberments and the banks will fall. Give it a week and these suited criminals will be begging us peasants for food, bringing them down to equality. Do you not want equality? Do you not want to be free? Or is it just easy in the current setup? Yeah, well, that won't last. Nothing does. Sort your nappers out and get prepared. A massive shitstorm is coming. The outcome needs to be anarchy, otherwise you may as well buy your own lube and prepare to be raped dry by your servants. These servants need to be held accountable, not putting on pedestals like you do with your celebry-Tards. They are your servants, your employees. Why the fuck are you scared of them? Stop being afraid. That is how they have owned you, for entirely too long now. I'm no longer afraid. If they wish to fund my 3 meals a day and 4 walls, who am I to argue? It's not like I have to work to fund it, is it?